You need to stand out, you need to be memorable, and you need to stay ahead of the curve as an influencer or a content creator for you to succeed in this space. Welcome to the Social Insider Tuition. Leo tuko class. So, how do you stand out as an influencer or a content creator in a very saturated industry? Number one, for you to succeed as an influencer, content creator, you need to have one of two things or both. The first, you need to have a community of raving fans. What does this mean? Yani, you need to have an audience of people who are loyal, diehards. You see how football teams usually have fans? People even bet their lives away just because of a team. You need fanatics. People who can take a bullet for you, literally. So how do you build an audience of such loyal fans? Of course, these are extremes, but how do you build a community of loyal fans? Provide value. Guys, value is the most important thing. You need to provide the highest form of value possible. Someone needs to say that you have impacted their life in one way or another. For example, 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗏, I'm sure there are so many women who have bought things she has recommended, myself included, and these things have worked. Whether it's a cleaning product like 𝗖𝗓𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗛, which makes your toilet bowl sparkling white, or maybe you bought clothes she recommended and the quality is amazing just as she had described, that is value. And that value converts an audience to loyal fans. Murugi is the same. She'll plug you on all the things you need in life for a quality life. And she'll also de-influence you from buying things and paying for services and experiences she doesn't think are worth it, okay? That's value. Dr. Linda, who I featured the other day, and wow, what a response. She shares tips for life as a young woman, whether you want to pursue an education, a big career, the things that have worked for her. On another spectrum, she'll share skincare, beauty tips. Like she has this detailed skincare routine, which she shared with her audience, and her audience found value from that. So they can say they have truly found inspiration and value from her. So this value is what becomes gold and is your leverage, because one person will tell another person and the cycle goes. They become your biggest advocates. Yani, you don't even need an ad. When you boost a post, you don't need an ad when you have been sharing value to your audience. They'll do the work of referring you to other people and marketing you. Now, value takes many forms. It's not just information like the ladies I have mentioned, Murugi, Maggie, Linda. Value can be entertainment, right? Like comedians. Comedians will make you laugh. Musicians will serenade you with their music. It can be education, like me, I teach. So value is just at the core of becoming the best influencer or content creator in your niche. Value. Number two, you need to stand out. If you're not good with community building where you're sharing all this valuable information, education, you need to be the most unique person on the internet. I'm talking creative. Your content is so creative or your niche is so unique, like no one else is doing what you're doing. And an example of people like this are like Whitney, this girl called Whitney, who uses a 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧 song to style different companies. Yeah, she'll dress as different companies. Vigilant. I'll play the video. So she's so creative, right? There's no tangible value we can point out except entertainment and of course her style. But we appreciate just being able to enjoy unique and fresh, innovative content and talent. I mean, she can dance, she's stylish and will dress as all these different companies. We can see her personality shine through. She stands out because she has a content format no one else has. That's how you will remember her. No one else is doing what she's doing. 𝗪𝗡𝗡𝗚 and his unique style of comedy. No one else does it like 𝗪𝗡𝗡𝗚, right? He's unique, he's memorable, he has carved out a niche for himself. Majimbo started with crisps and shades, cracking her jokes, and now she's oiling her skin as she narrates stories, in a very dramatic way, the way she'll oil her skin. No one else does it like Majimbo. She is constantly reinventing her uniqueness, how she'll stand out in the space. And that's why she's constantly relevant. I'm talking someone else like 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 and his concepts. The way 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 will advertise a product has to make you stop. You know, it's mind-blowingly creative. You can't just ignore his talent. I'm also talking someone like 𝗗𝗘𝗧𝗧𝗧, who I featured in this video recently. She's the youngest 𝗗𝗘𝗧𝗧𝗧 we know, and this unique life of hers in the village is so unique, so inspiring. No one else has a life like hers, let's be honest. I'm talking 𝗗𝗓𝗧𝗧𝗧. She's such an inspiration with her style. Her style is not the normal style we get to see, and you know, her love for nature, we get to see that, and how she brings her style to life in all these beautiful environments. Very unique. Are we together? So you're either on the value side, where people find you to be a resource, or you're on this other side, this other spectrum, where you're thinking outside the box. What has not been done? How do you carve out a niche for yourself where you're the only one doing it, you know? So which side are you on? Are you on the value side or the unique, very creative side? Now, the problem I see with many influencers is that we're just average. Average in sharing value to our audience, average in being creative, and that's what's making a lot of us get lost in the crowd, where you're lost in the masses. Now, my best tip for anyone who's feeling average, you know, you feel like you're just like everyone else. My best tip for anyone who's feeling average as a content creator is to get inspiration. Man, you need inspiration. You stop trying to reinvent the wheel. You need inspiration. So inspiration looks like having a Pinterest board, you know, with visual references for an idea you have. See what others have done, like the best of the best in the world. I'm talking the biggest companies. If it's an idea you have, check how did they do their ads? How did they go about like their storytelling, you know? See what others have done and see whether you can draw inspiration from that. Inspiration also looks like following creators from other countries. You cannot afford to just follow Kenyan content creators if you want to be the best in your niche. You need global exposure, okay? It's part of staying ahead of the curve. Where is the world when it comes to your niche? You know, what's the ceiling like? And something I want you guys to do when it comes to following global creators is to have separate accounts for this. Let me explain. So for example, if you're a lifestyle content creator, open like 4 different Instagram accounts and have one dedicated to each country. Say you have a South African influencers account, you have a UK and US one, Nigerian, etc. Why am I saying this? If you just follow global creators on your main account and say you have 1,000 people you follow, chances are you won't get to see all their content, all these people's content. You won't get to see all of it. I mean, we have 24 hours in a day. Plus, on your explore page, you want to get the feel of the trends, the mood, the season, you know, be fully immersed in these people's world exclusively. So staying ahead of the curve means you're checking what other people in other countries are doing. And a good example I'd like to say is creators like 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓, 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓. I can tell they're inspired a lot by South African creators, you know, Paul like 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 and 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 and all these other South African creators. I see a lot of inspiration coming from that side of the world, right? So avoid limiting your inspiration to just local creators. Aim to see your niche from a global lens as opposed to a local one. So decide, are you going to work on being a resource, okay, and a person who shares value to your audience, or are you going to carve out a unique niche for yourself or a style, you know, like 𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 and his editing style? That's very unique. He's cooking, but he decided to stand out by creating a style that no one else had, you know? So are you going to choose the value side where you're the biggest resource when it comes to, say, lifestyle? Or are you going to choose this other path where you're seeking the highest form of uniqueness? You know, you're the only one doing it. And let me know in the comments, actually, who are your biggest inspirations in your niche? Now, check out this video where I shared some latest Instagram algorithm updates from influencers who received one-on-one calls with the Instagram team. See you in the next one.